Hello and welcome to episode 42 of the Plus 63 HP podcast. I'm one of your hosts, John Clemente. Alongside with me are two of my bestest best friend. I'm going to start with the guy in Galaxy's Edge right now, Arnie.
Hello there. Welcome
And
back.
the man with a pink headset somewhere near your screen is my other bestest best friend, CHUBAX.
Papa says hi.
Says,
If this is your first time joining us, welcome. Thank you for the view. We really appreciate it. But if you've been here before, as you know, we are Plus 63 HP. We have a collection of shows that drops all throughout the week, all in our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/plus63hp. On Mondays and Tuesdays, we drop our review show, where we discuss one show or one movie in depth, give our ratings and our opinions, and see whether you should watch it as well. On Wednesdays, we drop our very first D&D campaign. Couple of middle-aged men trying out D&D for the very first time, recording it for posterity and posting it on the interwebs for your entertainment. So if you want to join in our adventure, our episodes drop every Wednesday. On Thursdays, we have a react show where we curate a selection of cool clips, trailers, short videos, featurettes that we react to and see how hyped we are for that particular content. Maybe it'll show you what you need to be hyped about as well. If you want to interact with us, we're also in all the socials, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, under the handle at +63HP. If you guys don't want to watch our beautiful faces, that is not actually very beautiful. You can listen to us via podcast. Pull out your phone, whatever podcasting app you're using, search +63HP. We should be there. We prefer Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Amazon. And again, housekeeping done, program reminders done. This week, we are very happy to discuss the newest MCU Disney Plus series, Miss Marvel. So they've dropped
Marvel.
3 episodes already. It has
Miss
been
Marvel
super
beta.
fun. Before we turn over the stage to CHUBAX for our quick synopsis, before we dive into all the details, let's go with non-spoilery instant reaction for the first half of Miss Marvel, the Disney Plus series. Arnie, have you seen the series and what do you think of it?
yes, and I think it's basically Spider-Man Homecoming, but for Kamala Khan. Enjoying it so far, and yeah, and I've been looking up a lot of Urdu words because of this. So, yeah.
CHUBAX, your instant reaction after watching the first 3 episodes of Miss Marvel.
I love it. I think it's my first 3 episodes of any Marvel series to date.
I'm the same boat of you guys. I am surprised how much I am
Yeah.
enjoying a
Mhm.
high school storyline. And I am surprised how there's so many characters
Yeah.
in the first 3 episodes, but everybody feels very familiar and everybody feels
They
that
hit
they
the
belong
magic.
there.
They hit the magic
Yeah.
spot with
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
It's like, so this is one of those things where, you know what? Even if you take away the superhero shit,
It's interesting.
I'm,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
fun. It
Yeah.
is super fun. And I can't wait to discuss all the details with you guys. So we'll start with the synopsis and we'll go beat by beat. CHUBAX, take it away.
Okay, so we have Miss Marvel starring Iman Vellani,
Yeah.
and
Mm.
so I'll just go quick. So 3 episodes. So first episode, do we have titles?
I think the first one
Generation
is,
Y. The first
Generation
episode is
Y.
Generation Y. We're introduced to a young Kamala Khan who has her own YouTube channel, much like us, where she makes fan fiction, fan stories about Marvel Avengers. I think it's based on the comics and in the games also. She's like a uber Avengers fan. So she writes and makes animated stop motion stuff about
motion graphic.
fan made stories about Avengers, more specifically Miss Marvel. Nice shout out to, if there was an Avenger that was gonna join a podcast, it would be Scott Lang. Dad,
The
man.
best. I cannot wait for that to be in Quantumania.
Hmm.
So basically, yeah, we meet. I'll take a little more time in the first episode so that
Yeah.
get the characters. So we meet her family, uh, her dad, her mom, and her brother, and then we're also introduced to her friends, Nakia,
Nakia.
very
Nakia.
beautiful, yeah,
Bruno.
and Bruno, uh, and
The one
then
the one we talk about.
Just Bruno we talk about. Yeah.
so basically, yeah, Kamala is like a head in the clouds kind of girl. Um, she fantasizes a lot. She wants to be like Captain Marvel.
Mhm.
Um, and then yeah, basically the first episode is just introducing to her world, her parents. I've watched a lot of reacts, especially from
Mhm.
Pakistani reactions and
Mhm.
other Arab
Mhm.
and Indian stuff, and they really nailed the family
Yep.
dynamics and stuff.
Mhm.
So that's what we get here. Not a lot plot wise, but we just introduce, and it's a nice introduction. We meet the characters, we meet the family, and basically Kamala just wants to go to Avenger Con, which is weird that it's at nighttime, but and it's a different world. So nice shout out that the Avenger Con is in Camp Lay, where
Lehigh.
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 There where Steve Rogers trained. Anyways, so she goes, but the mom doesn't allow her. We got a sweet scene with allowing her, but she must go with her dad wearing the Hulk
Little Hulk, big Hulk.
With the whole costume. Oh my
in the
god.
costume. I mean, it's sweet, but it's missing the point. You know what I mean? Like
It's
as
cringe.
It
parents,
broke my heart because the dad was so excited
I
to go with
know,
her daughter. I was like,
but
oh.
That's
you do
gonna be us,
know,
CHUBAX. That's gonna be us,
no,
CHUBAX.
but you know how embarrassing that would be, right?
Oh yeah,
That was social suicide.
yeah,
Uh, no, I'd do the same thing but more subtle. I mean, I'd go to
yeah,
AvengerCon, but I wouldn't hang with her. You know, I just be
yeah.
around.
Like, yeah, exactly, exactly.
So anyway, so they go to AvengerCon, but she's joining the Captain Marvel cosplay, and but you have to what's this? Have a custom addition to it from you.
Yeah,
It can't be perfectly copied.
yeah.
So we get the scene where uh, Kamala plans the how she's gonna go to AvengerCon compared to how
It
it actually
happens.
happened, and I like the small details. Like in her mind, her costume was like Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel quality
Perfect.
in the
Yeah.
costume. So anyways, so but the mom doesn't say no, so she sneaks out with Bruno. She loses her bike, and then she brings this bangle that was given to her by her grandma, and then she wears it in AvengerCon and gives her powers. She accidentally creates chaos in the AvengerCon with her powers, and she saves somebody, Zoe, one of the kind of mean, more insensitive. I think I would more
Not so
Uh,
mean, but like very narcissistic
and
person.
yeah.
She wasn't a
insensitive.
bully. She was just
Yeah,
like full of herself.
She's an
insensitive.
influencer. She's an
Yeah.
influencer.
A punish-
So she saves her, and then she goes home, and then the mom's catches her, of course, and then but she's lying down, and she's excited that she has powers. That's episode
Cosmic.
one. Episode two is titled Crushed,
Crushed.
and this
Yeah.
is where she begins training with Bruno. Bruno, the typical, pretty smart kid, and then they get introduced to another guy, Kamran, uh,
Kamran.
which I like that he's not that. Is it was it me or he wasn't that handsome and not sexy? Like his body was
I
like
think it's just
Yeah.
we don't appreciate it, but maybe if you're Middle Eastern or Pakistani, that is the look. Because I
actually
didn't see it.
But and the thing is,
I appreciated in
yeah,
the sense that he's not a very handsome,
He
very
does have a
typical.
Porsche
yeah,
though.
yeah. And the thing is, he looks like a high schooler. He's not
Ah,
ripped.
yes.
He's not ripped.
Yeah, yeah.
He's just a skinny
That's
kid.
why I appreciate it.
So,
Skinny 17-year-old haram.com run.
And
around the,
small tidbit here. I did love a good sign of me raising my daughter because when they got into the party and somebody handed her a drink, but Isabella was already like, "Why don't drink that?" And then she drank it as well. So like, good job, Ellie. So anyway, so they go to the party. They get close to Kamran, and then Bruno's jealous, obviously, because he's into Kamala, and then they start training with the powers, and we know that the power is coming from her, not the bangle.
Mhm.
It's just like a gate or an access point, and
Yeah.
then we get the nice scene in the mosque when they're praying, and
Yeah.
another from the reactions of other people, very accurate,
Yeah.
down to the washing, cleaning, the shoe thieves, um,
Yeah.
the even down to the Insta click, the Insta girls taking pictures inside the mosque. Some
It's the
there was
best.
two.
Like
It's just,
in what 10 seconds you're able to both explain what the mosque clicks are
Mhm.
and kind of like level set it. Like it's no different than any other religious or
yeah, agreed,
non-religious cliques.
Yeah.
agreed.
They
But
all have their
also,
things, and I was like amazed.
The
I saw
Illuminantes.
I saw in
Illuminati, the
I
best
saw in
name ever.
one. No, this is before it. This is the mosque
Oh,
scene.
before
Yeah,
the mosque.
this
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
one of the reactions was that they didn't beat us in the head with explanations about the mosque and how they're praying. It just they came
Yeah.
in, they prayed. They didn't say though this is how you pray. It wasn't like
Mm.
mosque for dummies. It was just them living their life. So it was very
Yeah.
nice how they did it. So anyways, after that, they're preparing stuff for Amir or her brother's wedding, and then there was the Eid
Eid Mubarak.
festival
Yeah.
or the and Nakia is running for board member, and then we get this nice scene where there's a stupid kid, which I think it's confirmed he's the shoe thief.
Yeah. He stole the is it Balenciagas
No,
or
no,
Gucci's?
Versace,
Versace.
right?
Okay.
Because he was wearing it, right? So he's like up in the tower, and he
The minaret.
slips and
Yeah.
he falls and he catches the curtain, and then we get the superhero scene with Miss Marvel with
Nightlight.
or
Nightlight.
with Nightlight, which I love. I love the scene because she gets her cool stuff, like her cool scenes. He also gets her bad scene, like like her
Yeah.
fumbling scenes all in one.
Yeah.
Like she got the superhero landing, but then she also fucks up at the same time. So Nightlight, and I love all the details, like the pizza ice cream. And then like
Mm.
then she's
Oh my god! It's like, is that one or is one food or two foods?
and then we get the memes,
Same.
the memes, and then there's a meme where like a pizza ice cream. And there's like
Did he say pizza ice cream?
and then also
After the other or together?
there's like a C storyline here where there's damage control, and they're trying to find Miss Marvel. And this guy is the one from Homecoming. Oh, from No Way Home, if I'm mistaken.
Yep.
The guy.
Yeah.
No way home.
Or
So
Anna Delvey's lawyer.
So he's trying to find this hard nightlight. So anyway, so episode 2 ends with Kamala
Being rescued.
saving the kid, though
Yeah.
he kind of got hurt, but he saved him. And then as she's getting away, she's attacked by drones and the damage control, but she's rescued by Kamran, who surprisingly has his mom there, and the mom knows something about her. That's episode 2. So episode 3 is titled Destined, and we start with a nice flashback to 1940s, and
Yeah.
it's
Partition.
Kamran's mom and a few others, and a very beautiful is it
Aisha.
Sana? Aisha. No,
Aisha.
Aisha. So this is her great grandma, if I'm not correct. If I'm correct, yeah, great grandma. She's really pretty.
Sana's mother.
But anyways, they were looking for the bangle. They're looking for 2, but they only found 1. And was it a Cree hand or something? It was like a blue hand, right?
It's blue.
So it could be
So
a
I'm
Cree.
thinking Cree, yeah.
Uh,
People think it's Cree.
Okay, so
And when you see the top view, I
The
don't know if
10
you've seen
rings.
it. I saw it
Yeah.
before I went
Before
to New
somebody else.
Rockstars, of course, for the Easter eggs, but it's the 10 ring symbol.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I was like,
So,
all right.
but anyways,
The
there was
Bengals and the 10 rings.
Yep.
they were attacked and they got separated from Aisha. And we go back to present where it's revealed that Kamran's mom and her friends, so there's like 4 of them, they're jinns, or they're the clandestines from
Clandestine.
the dimension Noor. and that they got separated from Aisha, and that they need the bangle to go home, and they want Kamala to do it. So in this episode, it's just about her asking Bruno, and Bruno also has this problem of going to Caltech because
Yeah.
for free, but he's torn because he's in love with Kamala, and of course, this is like, your friend having superpowers is and relying on you. It's a big thing also to leave. So they're trying to research it. We still get many scenes with the mom and the dad. I love the scene where, was it in episode 2 where he fell? She passed out on the dinner table, and then the
Yeah.
mom said, "Are you eating enough, or did you not eat enough, or are you eating too much?
Or you ate too much.
Are you ate too much?" Perfect. So in
Kamala
this-
Beta, you eating too much.
so in
Yeah.
episode 3 also got nice scenes, like just even the scene with Bruno in working, and
And
then
the
the
dad.
dad coming in, and
Yeah.
they have the nice thing, and then the dad's helping
Yeah.
reading about the jinn. And apparently in their culture, the jinn is more like boogeyman or something like that. They're
Yeah.
scary
Yeah.
creatures. And then we also get a nice scene where I like how they're painting like the government agency as like really not only racist but disrespectful shits. Like they coming into the
Yeah.
mosque with shoes
Shoes
on,
Shoes.
like oh
Yeah.
my god, so disrespectful. No warrant to Nakia stepping up, and not knowing also that Kamala's nightlight and nightlight. It's still better than the blur or the streak, right?
The
flash,
streak.
it's the streak.
The streak.
What was it? Smallville,
The red streak,
the red blue
Smallville,
blur.
red streak.
No, Flash is the streak, and then I think
The streak.
Clark was like the red
The
blue
blur.
blur. The red blue blur. Like what the
The red blur.
so anyways, and then so we get to the wedding. We have a nice dance scene.
yeah.
And Kamala having this talk with Bruno where Bruno says it can work, but we don't know if things will go boom. So we gotta study
Yeah.
more. And then she finally deciding. I like that scene where she said, "Carol Danvers would find a way. Just punch a hole in his face." Well, thank God you're not Carol Danvers, because Carol Danvers would be irreckless.
Very,
very reckless.
It is very irresponsible.
Irresponsible. So we get that scene, nice scene. And apparently Kamran's mom and the other Jins are just impatient, and so
Yeah.
I mean, so that was okay. I love this series, but that's one of those things where
Yeah. Like she said she's going to help. She just needs more time. I
you
mean,
waited for 100 years. I think you could wait for a couple of more months.
or
Yeah,
at least or
a
at
few
least
days.
finish the wedding.
like a
Or
day
at
or
least
two.
or at least finish the wedding.
Yeah, I agree.
So-
I agree with you, but the way I'm just thinking is maybe she's already one. They're already bad. Number two, maybe they're pissed with Aisha. So even just the fact that Kamala's not doing what they want, their first instinct is to hit back. So you know it's possible. Yeah, but it is a little fast.
Yeah.
But so Kamran obviously is in love with also with Kamala. I like that he keeps calling Bruno Brian.
Brian.
And I don't know if it's subconscious because he's trying to
And-
help him, but he still calls him Brian. So I don't know if it.
And Brian's like, you're doing this on purpose now.
I don't know, but he is helping me. Like he doesn't want me to die, but he's still calling me Brian. So I don't know if you're doing it on purpose or I don't know which one is worse. Also, but anyway, we get Kamala, Kamran warning her that his mom and the friends are coming to kill everybody. And she pulls the
Yeah.
fire alarm. Somebody sees it, but so they all escape. Nice scene again with the family. Nice scene the outside where there's another wedding also in the venue.
Yeah.
A
Yeah, that
normal
was,
wedding.
was also ruined.
And Amir's wife told the typical bride like, "Oh, you're beautiful. Oh, but you're also beautiful." So some nice touches there.
Yeah.
And then we got a nice fight scene. We go to the kitchen. We do get some Jurassic Park vibes.
Yeah.
I also like the mom, like she turned the lights off. Why would she do that? And then she did the bang, and then on instinct we see the night light,
Yeah.
hard lights. They'll call it. So
Hard life.
she showed herself. And I like her. It's so cool. The I think I like it even more than the comic version. Her powers. it's
Oh,
so
okay.
it's so
Interesting.
versatile. Because
Yeah,
in the comics, Arnie, she's like Luffy. She's like just
yeah.
she can
Yeah,
stretch
yeah.
and
It's
become giant.
different
But
She
size.
this one is
she
very
embiggens. Yeah.
yeah. So this is I think this is cooler. There's more a lot more stuff that they can do. So
Okay.
Kamran also has. I have to watch it again because I've seen the first two a lot of times. The third one not so much yet. They what do they do with their power the items? Like they can manipulate it, right?
I think
Like
they're just like cool weapons. I think
Yeah.
they're just weapons.
Yeah.
because Kamran pulled something and then it became
It's
longer.
just a string. One had a hammer, one had
Yeah.
like a spear, and one had
The belt,
a
but it
belt
became
that
longer
became a
than
sword.
normal. So
Yeah.
I
So
think
I
there's
think it's just like cool
something
weapons.
I think there's something going on. Either the weapons already like a special weapon or they're doing something to the weapon, which is
Yeah.
Mm.
not far out there also. We get a nice fight scene there. We get I like that Kamala is not able to hold herself up, especially against four people. You know, she's just barely
Yeah.
defending. I mean, she got one
Yeah.
hit, but it was like they were distracted. They weren't even looking at her
Mhm.
when
Yeah.
she did the hit. I like that Bruno got hurt easily, like just one chair thrown at him is like,
Yeah. And he broke his hand
Well,
already.
and then, so as they fighting, damage control comes in, captures the Jins, but Kamala was able to escape with Bruno. They get found out by Nakia,
mhm.
and then the ending is her coming home and the family's pissed at her, but uh, the grandma calling her that they need to go to Karachi because she
Mhm.
also saw a vision that they saw. So
The
so
train. Yeah.
far, yeah, that's the three episodes of
Awesome. Cool.
Miss
Oh, that's
Marvel.
good.
Fun. And all right, so Arlen, let's start with you. The most memorable things and things that you're kind of like wonky about. The first half of
Miss
Miss
Marvel.
Marvel.
Well, I haven't, I know of the comic book character because of Marvel Strike Force, and of course, in passing, I haven't read the comic books, but I love this series. It's something new, which we talked about with Obi-Wan about the whole prequel thing. So it's not going to be married to. I mean, it's not connected to the Avengers main line yet, but there's some references, Avengers Con, and the obsession with Captain
Captain
Marvel.
Marvel.
But this high school story, I mean, wow. I mean, like you said, John, even if you take out the superhero part of it, I'm interested in watching this. I mean, maybe not like a Dawson's Creek type high school thing, but this is like a more relatable high school story. At least with us, I mean, you and I, John, we're both immigrants to the U.S., so we're more we, we we could relate more to her character and the clicks that we have here. But yeah,
Because also
I'm loving the first half.
what I think like that is it's like me we talked John with Stranger Things. This one was more realistic and more relatable than the
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
it wasn't over like the bullying, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's not like somebody's
Over the
bullying
top.
her. It's just like the small racisms like the Camellia, uh
yeah,
the night Zoe being kind of mean but not really bullying
yeah,
her but not being nice
yeah,
as well. So it was those
exactly.
small things that really
It's the
pulled us in.
microaggressions. Let's put it that way.
Agreed.
Yeah, and the thing is that it doesn't really hits you with the head with the whole cultural thing. It just shows you.
100%.
It just
Yeah.
shows you.
100%.
The wedding made me hungry. The food looked amazing, and then the dance numbers,
The
which I
dance was
really
fun.
like. I hate dance numbers just because of growing up with Filipino movies, but this dance number is nice.
But
It's better than
did you also notice that like Kamala almost fell? Bruno is
yeah,
like a half step late. So it's like
yeah.
It's not
It's not
perfect. It's not
what
perfect.
if they
super
really did
choreographed.
it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like your typical wedding dance
Yeah,
party,
yeah,
right?
yeah. It's not dancers.
And yeah, and the thing is like because comparing it to Kingo's dance scene in Eternals, it's much better, but it's fun seeing like it's like a different cultural wedding portrayed on scene on TV. It's always nice to see that. So yeah, it's a fun. Lead actress is so charming. She's
Yeah.
very like she, she doesn't. I mean, it's also her first role, right? And
Yeah.
so just like with Baby Leia, she's like
Oh,
still,
she's even better than
basically.
Baby Leia.
Oh yeah, well,
She's a
she's much older. She's
she's
much older,
really
but
good.
and she is a Marvel fan too. So she's like,
He's a big new rock stars fan too. So like
yeah, so
when
yeah, so very meta.
yes,
Yeah, but yeah, it's a fun, like even Bruno. I think I read somewhere that he was in line or in the running for Spider-Man. So I do see some Tom Holland-ish features with him, and Nakia. I mean, Nakia is
oh
Nakia. I mean,
Nokia's
come on.
Nokia's a knockout.
Yeah.
Exactly. So she has my vote for Mosque board, even if I'm not qualified to vote for it. But yeah, I mean the Illuminantes, the whole Mean Girls scene there, like all the cliques, that's fun. The Mosque Bros,
The most.
yeah, it's a fun and enjoyable series. So I mean, hopefully with Obi-Wan being done, this will get more views. Maybe people will rediscover it and watch it again and all that. So yeah, love it. Can't wait to
Chuck?
get more.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm loving it. I mean, we already were excited with the trailer, but like deep down, I think that I was worried because like it was going back
Yeah,
to
we
high
were both
school.
worried. Yeah, like
So like how do you make this interesting compared to, but they nailed it. Like
Mhm.
you have to bring it down to the family, the characters, the character interactions, and they nailed it. We're not even talking about the
powers.
visuals. The visuals are
Yeah.
amazing.
Hmm.
The I
The
mean,
text.
we've seen creative stuff before, but I don't think we've seen that where it's in the background,
Yeah.
Yep.
connected to the back.
Yep. It's a more subtle Scott Pilgrim style
Yeah.
animation with the
Yeah,
things
Yeah.
which enhances the experience. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the powers, but like the overall series is great.
Yeah.
and the it doesn't like the visual doesn't take you out of it. So it's
Yeah.
just it's very cool. And I
Yeah.
mean, Iman Vellani, she's a star. She's great.
Yeah.
But also something that kind of makes me realize this is like watching their culture. It's like shit. We did grow up watching all white. White weddings,
Mm-hmm.
white high school. We
Mm-hmm.
haven't seen enough of. There's so many other stuff, and it's so
Mm-hmm.
great that they're doing it, and they're not hitting us in the head. They're not like
Yep.
they're not doing they're not even the like you said, Arnie, the terms, the
Yeah.
words that they're using.
They're
They're
not
not even
translating it.
there's no translation. It's just how they are. You can get it from the
Yeah.
context clues, anyways.
Yeah. Dude, I
So
have to look up Haram. I have to look it up. And then even the beta,
Around that
like
haram
Kam-
that Quran.
Kamala Beta, like why do you keep calling her Beta? So it means child. Okay, all
yeah,
right. So and with Bruno speaking in Urdu, there's no translation.
Mhm.
So basically, like a white dude trying to learn Urdu because he loves her, right? But
yeah,
yeah, it's just that it's fun. I mean, like yeah, I agree with you, Chubax there.
yeah. So yeah, I'm really loving it. I'm surprised how much it's sitting. Even though I'm turning 40, I'm enjoying a high school show.
See? I mean, that's the thing with this series. The thing that I'm aligned with you both is uh, a good story doesn't have to be concentrating on the flashiest things.
Hmm.
The reason why this works, it's not because Iman Villani is extremely charming, but she is. It's not
Hmm.
because she has a cool power
Nope.
that she does. It's just her family. Everybody was casted perfectly.
Hmm.
Everybody's roles was just a little bit different than what we would normally associate that role with. Like
Yeah.
the older brother is the more conservative than the younger sibling.
Hmm.
But usually the eldest you'd be is the rebel, right? In the
Yeah.
family, and then the bunso are the ones that are getting all the shit because they're older siblings or the fucktards, right?
Yeah.
Um, but the older brother was nice, supportive.
Yeah.
Even usually when we do like the in-laws thing, and then the wife of the brother, the wife of the sister, whatever, they used to be like the bitch in the story. No, delightful, loving
Hmm.
fiance, right?
Yeah.
The parents overbearing, yes, but so charming and so warm. Not
Yeah.
like what you said, Chubax, not overly done. Like the bullying part in the high school wasn't
Yeah.
really bullying. It's just that that's the way that they are. You know, just
Yeah.
people don't, some people are cooler, more popular than the others. You don't
Yeah.
have to like stomp on you to become cool. No, they're just
Yeah.
cool by themselves.
I mean, Zoe inviting Cameron in the party. Oh, you're the new kid, right? Yeah, come to my party.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and not
right.
because
And
he,
then
it's
everybody like
just yeah,
the parents super duper endearing, and then usually it's the dad that is the stricter one, right?
yeah,
But this one, the dad was like super fun and super chill.
big
Every
hug.
every portion of every element is, we've seen some version of it before, but like what you mentioned, Chubas, we really are just super just whitewashed in a lot of this stuff, because even the inside of the mosque, they had, I think, in episode 2, they had a little bit of the mosque politics where the men are in
in
the
front.
front
Yeah.
side
Steam,
of the mosque and the women are in the back with like
the
dirty
mold.
rugs and then dirty pillars and whatnot. So they are kind of showing us how similar yet different all of the things that we're doing right now, but they're also trying to show it in a way that, again, it's not the entire episode harping over the women in the mosque had a worse part, but no, that's like a quick succession, part of the story, part
And
of
something they would say.
that's something that
It's
you
like
would
a
say.
comment. Yeah.
Yeah,
And it builds into why Iman Villan or like Kamala wants Nakia to run for the board, because hey, you recognize this stuff, you understand these stuff, run
yeah,
for the board. So it kind of works. It's not just like, oh, I'm throwing in a cultural reference because we're in a mosque. Like, no, yes, we want you to know what happens in mosques. We want you to know what that dude in the chair says, what
yeah,
the guy where the guys sit. It's still segregated and whatnot. But there's also these kids that are still fucking texting and
yeah,
Instagram in the fucking mosque. So
yeah.
all of those that happens in church too. So it's like,
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. How many masses we've texted each other?
right, like it's great to see that. And the funny thing is, like, the big, we don't even know who the big bad is, right?
Yeah.
Right.
At first, I thought it was the Department of
Damage control.
Damage Control, but it seems
Yeah.
like nope, it might be the Gins. So I
It
don't
might be
Right.
the
know.
gym.
And all of these things are, that's good because we're enjoying the
Yeah,
basic foundation of the show, which is high school kid, family dynamics, coming
yep,
of age story.
yeah,
I think
and I like that when the Department of Damage Control uh, went to the mosque and Nakia's like, as a board member, and then somebody said, "We're not done counting yet," and then she said, "Well."
Prospective board member.
And there's like, well, you can't have a warrant. You can't search us without a warrant. And then the lady's like, well, you researched a warrant in Google? Like, no, Law and Order. It's
Yeah.
like,
But
yes,
still, it's still, it's still,
exactly. But I mean, it's not unrealistically like, oh, this person is like, oh,
super smart.
just super smart, nerdy, and oh,
yeah,
I like I'm trying to be in law school. Like, no, I saw the episode in Law and Order, and
for us it would
they
be
said
like
you can't do it.
CSI or something, right?
Yeah,
We don't wanna
CSI
say
or
CSI.
yeah, so like exactly. So yeah, so
Yeah.
it's
Everything,
fun.
even the super fucking cool guidance counselor. I love him.
Gabe,
I love Gabe.
This is your
Oh, yeah.
moment. Like, when you're asked to be a Jedi or you're asked to be in the fashion.
you're a wizard, Harry.
I love all of these characters. I love that they've been doing anything. But see, I'll end with the only thing that I find unrealistic in this show is, why is everybody falling in love with Kamala right beside Nakia? Nakia is fucking cute.
No.
Yeah,
I think for Bruno, it's because they're in the more of the same wavelength, and I think Nakia would be out of his league. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So like,
Kind of. They're best
she's
friends
too
too,
hot.
Yeah,
right?
and I think Nakia explained it too. Like, when she explained her hijab, like, she's either too white or too brown.
Yeah. Oh, that was a good
So
thing. See, even that was, it's so well placed that their conversations about like her being younger with the faith and
mhm,
starting to wear the hijab more prominently.
mhm.
That wasn't forced. It
Yeah,
was just like, they were talking about each other. They were talking about running for board and all of the insecurities that comes with it. And then
yeah,
that
And
came part.
Kamala,
It's like
yeah.
yeah,
Kamala and Nakia, talking about it. So it's like, and I just also, it's like, this is just great writing because their
Mhm.
conversations feel so
I think the
natural.
magic here is just the character on character scenes.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
many,
I mean,
even
it's
down to Bruno and the dad, or
yeah. I mean,
Nakia
just
and the dad. Do you remember that scene
yeah.
when she
Oh my
Oh, you don't
manipulated
want to
him?
rob your two daughters of the future, right? Like, oh man, manipulative.
He
I
didn't even do
totally forgot
anything.
about that.
He didn't even do
Oh,
anything. He
that
just
was that was a good move.
Yeah, and I think it's just like with Moon Knight, right? We didn't really dwell more on Moon Knight the character because we only saw him in the last episode practically, right? But it's more of the story, right? So it's and the character interactions. The same thing with Miss Marvel here. So yeah, it's a lovely series. I mean,
I
uh,
um I I think we are all super high in this story, and there's so many things to further unpack. We cannot wait to discuss the second half more, but
yeah,
we were not going to move off the topic until we do our final thoughts and our rating for the first half of Miss Marvel's episodes one,
yeah.
2, 3. So let's start with you, Arnie. Uh, Final thoughts, and how would you rate Miss Marvel as the a series for the first half?
So so Miss Marvel, I think we have an idea of the timeline. So this is post blip,
First blip.
post Endgame, most likely, right?
yeah, because
Um,
the intro, remember, it was when
yeah, the
Thanos
intro, and
to meet
then
Thanos.
exact. So unlike with Moon Knight, we don't know where exactly this happens in MCU. This one is at least more tied into the MCU. Um, Again, awesome characters, story, but we haven't even talked about Zoe, the influencer, that much. When she was interrogated by Damage Control, like the
Mhm.
guy's like, "Yeah, that's all we eat now, the popcorn," and then whatever. But yeah, it just like I said, like I think as CHUBAX or Jong said, there's a lot of characters, but none are wasted.
Mhm.
It seems like they were used well, and then they're out, or they're back in, and then they're used well, and then they're out again. So I would say I would give this a solid 10 for me, at least the first half. Uh, and it just gets better with the back half, hopefully. I think it's only 6 episodes too, right? Or
Yep, just
yeah.
6.
Plus, it's a good opening to a different culture, right? Especially in a Marvel film or TV series. It's a good, and I'm glad this is a TV series and not a movie because yeah, it will be rushed as a movie as well. So yeah, I can't wait for more.
Bucks.
Yeah, I was gonna go with the high 9, but yeah, fuck it, let's go with the 10. I mean,
Yeah,
I,
like
I
Nakia.
I'm watching it a lot again. I keep having it in the background. I am just really having fun with it.
I'm a solid, very high 9. Again, it's everything that you guys said. It's a fun watch. It's visually pleasing, amazing, charming actors and actresses, like every one of them. Not just
Yeah,
Iman Vellani is great,
yeah,
but every
yeah.
single one, mom, dad, brother,
Yeah, and
fucking
the
blue.
sound and the soundtrack too. I mean, I don't even understand what the songs are saying, but
Oh yeah, fun
it's
beats.
fun songs, right?
You learn a lot of a culture that is most of the time misrepresented in cinema, so
Hmm.
or television. So that's also great. But you also like my worry before is not just because it was going to suck as a series, but I'm not a big fan of high school shit anymore. Like I don't do
We
like
are
I'm
old.
not the Dawson's
Hmm.
Creek freaks and geeks. That's I'm way past that. We're too old to enjoy teenage issues. But this roped me back in. Like this one's like
Hmm.
oh, this is a very fun way to reminisce about us being young. So if it's definitely for the younger audiences, but
Yeah,
even older audiences can appreciate reminiscing about these things. And there's
yeah,
enough themes about it that is not just about high school stuff. Like again, the race, the culture, the politics stuff, all of the policing stuff, all of those are also neatly threaded into the storyline that everybody across all ages will enjoy. So for me, I'm also going to be a very solid 9. And yeah, I'm at usually this is where I like at least for me, I worry about the back half of the season because the MCU Disney Plus series will always have a big set piece on
hmm,
episode 5
5.
and then disappointing final episode. But at this point, I don't care because the
It's just
idea is
fun.
like it's just fun.
yeah,
Like it's the
yeah,
characters. I just want to know, the one thing that I heard about in like listening to a lot of different podcasts, and then they will deep dive on Bruno because Bruno is my dude. I love Unrequited Love and shit like that. I love how he's super
Well,
supportive of us. The
we've
best,
been there. We've
yeah,
been there.
the best. But
We-
I'm getting the Caltech thing. It's like, is he
Yeah.
gonna go to Cal? I hope he does. I hope he goes to
Yeah.
Caltech. I hope that this is one of those like, I'm gonna stay for love. No, it's like you're a kid.
No.
Go get
Go
your
to Caltech.
education,
You gotta go.
invest
Exactly.
in Bitcoin, become a badass, and come
Like
back.
as a 40-year-old man who's done Unrequited Love in high school, just go to Caltech.
Just go to Caltech, work on yourself. But
Yeah.
I'm also like, I'm very, very encouraged because in the comics, he actually went to Wakanda.
Ooh.
He, so like it's
Yes.
kind of the same thing, but instead of Caltech, went to Wakanda because that's actually the best engineering school in the world. So I'm hoping that he goes to Caltech for a couple of semesters and then he gets drafted by
Shuri.
like whomever, like even a random Wakandans, like, hey, you get a
Stark.
scholarship, diversity
Happy.
program of Wakanda. So you're the token white dude in Wakanda to learn about engineering, right?
The
I
token
would
white dude.
fucking love that. I would. That is my that is
My,
that would blow
how
my
the
mind.
turntables.
Yeah, how the turns have tabled. But yeah, that's what I'm looking for. And yeah,
That's
the
actually good.
powers, the gins. It's gonna be fun. Whatever happens, I don't care. I just want to know about where they grow as a person. Like,
Yeah.
will Nakia will they fix the Nakia stuff? Will Bruno leave? Will
Yeah.
Kamran be actually if are they actually going to be a couple? The
Yeah.
power stuff secondary because I
Yeah.
know there's going to be the Marvels next year.
Or
I-
is Kingo gonna show up? Because they reference Kingo.
There you go, like Kingo Senior and Kingo.
Which is the same guy.
Oh my God. All right. That is it for this episode. Final goodbyes, Chubax.
Yeah, excited. Kind of sad. It's only 6, but really excited.
Arnie.
Like Chabak said, only 6 episodes, but I'm hoping it's a backdoor trailer for the Marvels, and yeah, if hopefully this one has a season 2.
Yeah.
And yeah, enjoying it, and you should watch it.
Yeah, we have 3 more episodes. Well, again, the back half of the season, we will also discuss with you guys. And just a reminder, grab your friend's phone, grab your mom and dad's phone, your brothers and sisters' phone, go to the YouTube app or go to the browser, type in youtube.com/plus63 HP, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you know when our episodes will drop. Join us with the discussion. We always appreciate your feedback and your comments. Follow us and talk to us through any of our socials, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Our handle is @plus63HP. And listen to us in our podcast. Put us in the background while you're working, while you're doing your chores. Just search +63HP on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Amazon, or any of the podcasting apps that are you're listening your podcasts to. We will be having a little bit of break. It is July 4th weekend coming up. But stay tuned because we are scheduling the next few weeks of programs that might include the Umbrella Academy, that might include the cinematic masterpiece called Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent by the incomparable Nicolas Cage. We're also very, very close to Thor: Love and Thunder. So many cool content coming up. We're all gonna watch it. We're all gonna discuss this. Like,
you flick too much.
You all right, he was flicked too much. So that is it. Thank you very much, and we hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.
Laters Gators.
Pretty-